after over 2 years in prison without incident, Tory was stabbed 14 times just days after a major national news outlet reached out to Megan Pete's team, Kelsey Harris, and former DA George Gascon about a story on new evidence in this case. You don't have
court of public opinion. They just plastered us with he shot her, he shot her, he shot her, he shot her, but didn't have any real conclusive evidence to me. That's my thoughts. And if that is the truth, you know, some of y'all owe that man an apology, and definitely
to show him like, hey, you know, we know about your secrets. You're a filthy individual, and now they're putting this into the court of public opinion. So even if he does walk from this case and he doesn't get charged with racketeering and trafficking, nobody's going to want to get in bed with him. No pun intended. But nobody's going to want to do any type of business with him because now his character is assassinated. They know that he's trash. They know that he's unethical. They know that he's a liar because he tried to say, I never hit her. And then all of a sudden we see a videotape and boom, here you are abusing this woman. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, nobody's going to win it. He's going to be radioactive. You know what I'm saying? If he walks from this case, he's going to be radioactive. So they destroyed his legacy and his career. He became now a butt of a joke, a laughing stock. So whoever he pissed off up there.
Add on to your theory just a little bit too, because
go ahead.
You brought up a very interesting point. How long do you think they had that video?
Years.
So let's do this.
Horrible death. And those people in many cases are being executed. They're being executed. And they happen to be white, and most of them happen to be farmers.
Remember, I could never hate the West Coast, but since niggas coming for Joe, fuck it, then let's go. Niggas must have forgot what I said on country.
Demand that I give a certain amount. How are you going to demand that? That's crazy.
To say that you get more jobs outside of the Breakfast Club now without mentioning that you get them because the Breakfast Club is crazy.
He wasted a half a year in the campaign. And so where she, again, matter of fact,
Yeah, mic check. Yeah,
It's the one and only Mr. Third Degree. Like I said, ain't nobody really effing with me. Literally, I'm standing on the top of the tree, and I dare anybody to come and test me. I got the recipe for disaster. Like I said, when I come up, you better call me master. Like I had European skin, looking at a cat guaranteed to win. If I proceed to give you what you need, everything you sing is literally it's on me. Just because he got that cheese to make you Don Corleone. I got every kid up in every city that you own. I told you right now, I'm sitting on top of the throne. I know my microphone is kinda hot, cause I'm wrecking the spot. Better yet, you better go ahead and call the cops. Nah, we don't mess with 12, so oh well. If you talk about me, just don't tell. Now nobody can't say nobody gonna believe you. We just go and see right through you. I mean, yeah, you're really that transparent. And right now, man, it's really apparent that you ain't on the level of 3R. Like I said, you ain't intelligent as we are. You is a nah, that's politically incorrect. So I don't want to step and come with no disrespect, but I still got my foot on the top of your neck. Yes, microphone check, 1, 2, it's the DY3 crew. I don't see Quez, but I see the queen, and we about to go ahead and bring anything you really don't like. Like I said, we can go ahead and start tonight with your life. What's up, Queen? How you doing?
How are you? How are you? What's going on?
And I'm here. How about you?
That's right. I'm here.
I see you holding it down.
Yeah, I'm going to have to for a minute.
Uh-oh. What's up, Certified? What's up, Lucetta? Make sure you guys are hitting the like and the share button. Share. Is everything all good, man? Where the king at, man?
Everything is all good. He is doing something. You know how he wears so many different hats. He does so many different things. He is on his way now. Probably going to be long, but he was catering an event.
Yeah, man, he was supposed to come drop off some chicken real quick over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here hungry, and he was supposed to come drop off some. You know, I told him just make that quick stop to Cali. Come give me some chicken real quick. I got the hot sauce ready. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I ran in there and got me a leg.
I ain't even mad at you.
Look, just kidding. The people watching.
Yeah. Jessica's running fashionably, you know, she has to get dolled up, you know, so she has her makeup team, you know what I'm saying, putting her together and whatnot, you know what I'm saying?
All right. You ready for the production? I know that's right.
We only pop on Friday, you know, so I guess we just got to live it up, you know.
Man, crazy.
Yeah. So how's your week been?
Man, so far, well, today started. It's great today. So, you know, the last day of school for us was Wednesday. However, we had post-planning. I made a whole video like, what's the purpose, going around asking different teachers, like, what's the purpose of post-planning? Because, look, school's over. Walls cleared up. Kids gone. Why are we having post-planning and it's over? What do I need to plan for? Right. When we have to come right back for pre-planning? What are we doing?
Right.
They just didn't want us to be happy.
They ain't let you guys be great, huh?
Yeah.
Oh man. So, you know, they sound kind of ratchet. So I guess, you know, I'm kind of hot right now, man. I think it might be the mic over here or something. You know what I mean? Like, geez, Luis. All right. So since they acting ratchet and we got some ratchetness to get into, let's get into some ratchet news.
Let's go.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Third Degree. We're back with more ratchet news. Well, some of it's ratchet, some of it's not, but we still got to speak on it. So, let's go.
From World Sequel finds his new cast, including Whitley and Dwayne's daughter. So, I can't wait to check that out on Netflix. So, all right, moving on. But speaking of college graduates, Kobe Bryant's oldest daughter, Natalia, graduates from USC. Congrats. We see you, salute. R.I.P. to the Mamba and to Gigi. Moving on. Xzibit just revealed that label wanted $11 million buyout from Dr. Dre. They were trying to gank Dr. Dre for that one, man. But, you know, Dr. Dre still wound up coming through and executive producing Restless and Man's vs. Machine. So, Hey, man, it was a win-win for Xzibit. Just wish he would have been at that aftermath officially, but hey, we're going to talk about him tonight later on, too. So, moving on. Brooklyn bar owner stands on business after NYPD shakedown. Feds now investigating the precinct, as they should. Let them all go. Moving on. Evelyn Lozado calls out Jennifer Williams after she brings up Evelyn's ex. Let's talk about your man's ex. She's still waiting on her child support for her 3 and 4-year-old. Just ratchetness. Continuing on his social media, but we're moving on. But speaking of Diddy's assistant testifies, I realized my life was in danger after an armed confrontation with Suge Knight. He went to smoke with Suge? Maybe those talks about him and Pac were true. Maybe he tried to really get him up out of here, huh? Moving on. Trump pardon of Derek Chauvin unlikely. But thank God, get rot in jail, punk. Moving dropping police reform agreements in Louisville and Minneapolis. The consent decree came after the 2020 killings of Breonna Taylor and George Floyd. Just sad to see, man. Moving on. Ex-cop caught drinking and dancing at Stagecoach while claiming disability, charged with fraud, as he should. Moving on. House approves Trump's new tax plan, nearly $1 trillion in savings from Medicaid and food stamp cuts. Crazy, right? Because both Jasmine Crockett and Barack Obama call out Republicans over the bill that would take away millions in Medicaid and SNAP benefits. They're just hurting Americans, right? But moving on. Dozens of suspected white supremacist gang members arrested in Los Angeles area for domestic terrorism investigation. Get them. Moving on. OnlyFans model Annie Knight shared an update after recovery after being hospitalized for sleeping with 583 men in 6 hours. I bet her cootie cat is hurt. All right, moving on. Speaking of which, wife slices off husband's wang and cooks it in stew after catching her watching an adult movie. Man, what if he's just trying to get some tips for you? Then you gonna cut off his tip? That ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Then you gonna make stew? Cold world. Moving on. Or it's a hot world. I don't know. Moving on. Reality TV star slammed for saying she was put on this earth to be a black man's dream. More like a nightmare if you're Shannon Sharp, right? But moving on.
Can't nobody tell me I'm from shit and make me feel some type of way? Are you crazy? Can't nobody tell me, oh, you fumbled it.
Remy Ma blast Papoose on Instagram Live. Man, they just been going at it. It's been messy. We're just going to move on from this one, all right? Moving on. They're saying Janet Jackson's latest tour has a flop near empty stadium because them ticket prices are crazy high. You know what I mean? But I love Janet, so I hope she bounces back. Moving on. Prayers out. Victims in deadly San Diego plane crash identified as co-founder employees of music agency. Prayers to everybody that's been affected. Moving on. Tory Lanez moved to a safer facility after surviving brutal prison stabbing. Maybe he should, right? Moving on. Brandy and Monica's The Boys Mind Tour ticket sales will begin May 8th. Can't wait. I might go check. Yeah, he says he's done with being anti-Semitic. Yeah, right. He'll be back acting a fool next week. Moving on. My 600-pound life star, LaTanya Potain, dies at 40. Prayers out to her. Moving on. It's being reported that Yo Gotti and Angela Simmons quietly split amid rumors of career pressures. Crazy, right? Moving on. Target's first quarter sales drop. A retailer warns that they will slip for all of 2025, as they should. Moving on. Meg Thee Stallion follows Glorilla after Tory Lanez song reshared. Oh, crazy, right? Moving on. Chris Brown's bail was set for $6.7 million after a hearing in the UK. Crazy. Moving on. Mexico City mayor, personnel security, and advisor shot dead. Crazy. What is going on? Kid Cudi testified in Diddy's trial, and they're calling him a rat. But we might have to talk about this, so moving on. JCPenney stores reportedly closing later on this month. Crazy. Sad. End of an era, man. End of an era. Moving on. Denzel Washington in a heated exchange with a photographer at the Cannes Film Festival. The dude was about to turn into a lounge from Training Day on the old boy. All right, moving on. Boss man D-Lo called out by gay influencer Timmy Benson over alleged DMs and payment dispute. You paying for boy booty? Man, what's wrong with you? Oh, nasty ass little boy. Moving on. Former President Joe Biden reveals he's been diagnosed with an aggressive prostate cancer type. Prayers out to him. Moving on. Popeye's manager shoots co-worker after heated argument over burnt biscuits. Man, right? Moving on. Shout out to the Don Machiavelli. All Eyes on Me at 3.75 billion streams on Spotify. He's still killing it, right? Moving on. And speaking of which, RJ Bond, he's a friend of mine, has a new documentary, Tupac Cover Up on Tubi. He has a part 2 coming out. I actually have a song in episode 2 ready to go. Maybe we get him on the show. We can talk about it because I really don't agree with his stance. I still believe Keith has something to do with it, with Diddy. But yeah, my thoughts. Moving on. World's largest antebellum plantation burns to the ground, and they're saying this because of the Annabelle doll that's been in Louisiana. maybe Annabelle was like, she tired of seeing black folks suffer, so she said, "You got to go." Moving on. The sex workers for Diddy has been shown in trial, and I just want this case to just be over because this is getting freakier and nastier by the minute. You see the dudes, they just look all suspect. Crazy, right? And they were all pissing on Cassie too. Moving on. Caitlin Clark called LeBron the greatest of all time, and then Angel Reese said Michael Jordan never lost finals, by the way. It's just being petty after that flagrant foul. I knew I like Angel Reese. She's petty, just like me. Moving on. This past week, May 21st, was the heavenly birthday of Notorious B.I.G. And May 19th was the birthday of Malcolm X. So RIP to both of those. Salute. That's all I got.
Yeah. We are back.
Man.
It was a lot.
That was a lot, but I liked it all.
Which one or one stood out for you?
I said I liked them all, especially not my mama biscuits, Gina. Not shot him over the burnt biscuit.
He shot him over the burnt biscuit. Like, what's going on?
It was just so many things, like the plantation. Another plantation just burnt down too.
You think it's intentional?
No, I don't. I would never get on here and say anything like that, but I don't think it was intentional.
No, I feel you on that one. I feel you. My fault. Where was this one located?
I don't know. Not sure.
Oh, wow.
I just saw it. You know how you see something pop across your screen and you try to go back and read it and you can't find it. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Find that. It'll be on your next week's Ratchet News. What about the prison break? Did you guys talk about that yet?
We didn't. I kind of had it in my I had it in my Ratchet News initially. I had to kind of go back and redo it because it was getting long. But that was crazy because they have like a manhunt, right? They caught like some of them.
They caught a few of them, and it was like even posts going around like, "Who is your money on? Who do you have your money on?" The person who I said I had my money on, you guys, he's still free. As of the last time I checked, he's still free. That's the one. His birthday on Juneteenth. And he probably gonna be free for his birthday.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was trying to keep up with that one. That was crazy.
Yeah, his backstory was crazy.
Quest at Washington, D.C.
Oh, that's where the other plantation was in Washington, D.C.
Man, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts, real quick, before we start getting into the show or digging in? Trying to stall for Brother Quez, you know what I'm saying? But what are your thoughts on the Diddy stuff, real quick? Like Kid Cudi is Kid Cudi's not necessarily like a street rapper per se. He ain't one of them gangster rappers. Is Young Thug right in calling him a rat?
No. And I'll say it like this. He's been telling his side of the story. It wasn't so much about, I'm just saying because, if it was hood politics, then maybe so, but he's not hood like you just mentioned. On top of that, he was subpoenaed. On top of that, dude went through it. Like he went through a lot of stuff messing with old girl. Like he said, she played both of them, Right. I feel like in this, his role in this, he was more like a victim as opposed to anything else. And I don't think he has a code to go by because he walk around dressed like Dennis Rodman half the time. I don't,
Man, right?
I'm a
nails painted, and, you know what I'm saying?
All that. Wedding veils and dresses.
Do you think that Diddy is actually going to walk?
So it depends. It depends because at this stage in the trial where they're discrediting a lot of the witnesses, he has a really good team. They're discrediting a lot of the witnesses. So much of the stuff that's being seen right now is more of his bedroom behavior, which technically is not against the law. His bedroom behavior. Now, when they get into proving the actual charges that they have against them, they got solid proof on that, then no. But if this is all that they have for the whole trial, then yeah.
Right. Yeah, because I don't know. Like, the one thing I could say is that, I don't know how this turned into the Cassie trial. Certified saying no, he's not gonna walk. Yeah, because I think they might try to get him on the racketeering. It's a little bit tricky only because he gave the money back, right? You know what I'm saying? So, but he got the $20K from Cassie's
The
mom.
mom, yeah.
Yeah, and then he returned it back, but I think that still kind of constitutes as like a threat or blackmailing or bribe. I don't know. Pop says, I think if it's all federal, they'll put his pardon up for sale. That is true. It's true.
They're gonna walk him dry. They're definitely gonna walk him dry. They're gonna get a lot of money out of this. They're gonna defame his character. I mean, he did that.
Oh, that's already shot
itself, but it's a wrap. Like you said, no one's gonna want to deal with him after this.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Also too, before we get into it, hate to switch gears real quick, but I forgot. I gotta how do I say this? I take full responsibility and accountability for some of the stuff that I do. Damn it, I didn't even come up with a third word today. But
third, what's your word?
The word is gonna be I'm sorry. Because hey, with this whole Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion stuff, you know what I'm saying? I thought that the sources were legit when the chick came out and said, "Oh, I heard from Amber Rose." I said, not the bald-headed scallywag. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is all coming from, she she's not one of us. She's like a black woman by default because of, her lineage, but she's not necessarily with us. She's just a light-skinned, bald-headed, uglier version, or just another version of Candace Owens. You know what I'm saying? And now Candace is trying to come back, but you know what I mean? But the way that these people misconstrue or put out so much false information, or they put out stuff as if it's fact, I can't believe I was gullible to even take it. You know what I'm saying? And so
What did she say?
Well, again, so the chick, the rep, I guess the rep who's trying to free Tory Lanez, or she's on this free Tory Lanez campaign, whatever. She came out and said, yeah, she talked with Amber Rose, and Amber Rose was giving her all types of information. I'm just like, okay, I don't know what's true, what's not true, but again, we know Amber Rose, she's not necessarily
a credible.
You know what I'm saying? She's kind of a weirdo. You know what I'm saying? Not even kind of low key. I don't want to talk too much bad about her because I want to give her that open lane to come to the show, because I definitely got some stuff I want to grill her about. If you're watching, you know what I'm saying, you have an open invite, because a lot of your stuff is just and you're kind of bootlicking for the other side. You know what I'm saying? So
we had a conversation about her before. And I was playing advocate in the conversation. I'm like, well, she tries to stand up for women and women's rights and things like that. And my best friend was like, nah, she called it a slut walk. So, we're not. And then she wanted to represent black women. I said, no, she said she wasn't black. She was like, well, that's who's at her walk with her. And so we had a whole conversation about that some years ago. But you're right. You're absolutely right.
So to Meg, again, I just put out the information that was out there, that was coming out. I was reporting on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm again, I think we talked about it here on this show. Until we actually have some type of proof, until something is actually, some facts, then I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, it didn't happen or whatever. We just have to wait and see. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, I don't like the bullying that's been going on with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's to say, like, she, if, just plain advocate, if she was like covering up or lying, again, I think she had some reasons, because she didn't want to see another black man, face the police, or whether she was covering for her friend or whatever. But if she's saying that, hey, he shot me, whatever, and the courts found that he was liable or whatever, then then I guess it is what it is until we have something that says otherwise. So don't if people watching out there, don't bully her. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit here and take this as fact because as you can see with that other side, they love to misconstrue and put out misinformation as if it's fact. And fact check was really, really prevalent during 45's terms because again he was putting out so much false information. Who knew?
Man.
Right.
Man.
With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and start the show. I'm trying to. There's some good ones. I don't have Jess here because she was with me last night to give her 3 cents on the album and all this other stuff. And then Quez isn't here because I know he wanted to talk about some specifics. But we got some good topics. We got Xzibit's Kingmaker album review. We were at the celebration last night out in Inglewood.
My mom was there.
Your mom's was there?
My mom was there last night. And she said she's going to Kendrick Lamar's concert tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My mom be out there, man.
Tell mom she got another adopted son over here, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I wonder where she was at. Like, do you have a pic? Because was she up in the front row?
I'm going to tell her to send me one. She was
Yeah, that's dope, man.
Incognito mom. Like, she moves with the movers and shakers. She said it was with the beat. The radio station was there.
No, it was with K-Day.
Yeah, K-Day. Well, K-Day was the beat.
Remember that? It was. But now they have 92.3 the beat. They have the beat now, but
okay, so 93.5.
Yeah, K-Day.
See, I
think it's the beat, 92.3, whatever station Big Boy's on right now. I think it's the beat again, but K-Day. K-Day was there with CC, the Mama Sita, you know what I'm saying? Like she was out here in the IE. She actually gave me my first radio interview. You know what I'm saying? Because she had the local IE spotlight. And I was actually still going to school out there in Dago. And so my homeboys were like, hey, third, submit, because I'm from the IE. So I was submitted. I got picked. They fought me on even making not Facebook. It was MySpace at the time. You know what I'm saying? They fought me literally because I didn't want to make one. And they made one for me. Because they said, hey, people have to have a central spot to come get your music. And you have to promote it. And I guess they were geniuses. So Nate, Soul Train, Jason, Navaja, if you guys are out there, shout outs to you because now I use social media as if it's like a second job. And it's got me worldwide. So thank y'all.
Shout out to y'all.
But then we got Trump saying that he's saving South Africans, white South Africans. And then we got Joy Badass versus the West Coast. We're gonna go ahead and risk some copyrights because we just got to play snippets of the music, so it is what it is. But I'm conflicted, and that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be a good one if you're a hip hop head. So make sure you guys are hitting the share button. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. If you guys are coming on,
I'm glad I'm on here tonight. I'm definitely a hip hop head.
Yes, you are. Jess is somewhere, So, but yeah, if you're coming on, just make sure that you're using your headphones. If you're using your phone, make sure that if you agree to disagree, do it respectfully. What else? Also, too, make sure that there's no eating on camera. You know what I'm saying? Drinking is fine, but we just don't want no distractions. Make sure there's no talking within the background. There's no movement. Just kind of sit still, sit near some good Wi-Fi. Because if you're moving, and then it buffers, and then it just takes away from the whole show. Regardless of what some haters say, this is a production. We want to come off somewhat as professional as we can with the resources that we got. So, fuck what a hater got to say. You know what I'm saying? Because they're miserable and bitter anyway. So, we just got to do what we do. So. And then also to just respect the host, saying like I got the mic, I'm trying to coordinate, I'm mediating. So, if things get too heated, then if I got to put you backstage, just cool off. It's nothing personal. It's just, hey, we don't want to take away from the show. We don't want to be perceived as a
ghetto show, ratchet, whatever. We only keep the ratchetness for the ratchet news. So, but other than that, just come up. This is a safe place for you to speak your mind. You can, say whatever you want, your thoughts, views, and opinions, as long as they're respectful. We don't condone any racism of any sorts. So as long as there's no hate speech, then you're good. You know what I'm saying? And just keep it respectful. Got anything else you want to add to that, Queen?
No, you said it all. I'm ready to hop into the show.
All right, well, let's get some promos out the way. We're going to start off with Sugar Express by Jess.
Hello, family. I'm Marquez.
Hey, you guys, and I'm Denisha.
We all want the best for our children, right? Security, opportunities, and a future filled with endless possibilities.
That's right, but here's the question. What are you doing today to create that future? Imagine building a business that creates generational wealth, leaving a legacy that grows even when you're not working, showing your children what it means to dream big and take action.
That's right. With Planet Marketing, we offer you the opportunity to earn income while still being present with and for your family. We show you how to invest in their future while securing your own and teach them by example what financial freedom should look like.
And don't just tell your kids to dream big, show them how it's done.
That's right. Comment below or
you could just message us for a direct link to our presentation.
Meet Terry Johnson, the woman who used $50,000 saved for a wedding to start a luxury candle business, and she is now worth $2 million. She transformed her love for Harlem's rich cultural legacy into a multi-million-dollar business. Using $50,000 originally saved for a wedding, she founded the Harlem Candle Company in 2015, and is now found in major retailers like Nordstrom and Bloomingdale's. Each candle honors legends like Langston Hughes, Josephine Baker, with scents that transport you to the Harlem Renaissance, like Billie Holiday, Langston Hughes, Duke Ellington, even Frederick Douglass, and a host of other Harlem Renaissance figures that you would love as it celebrates rich history within the African American culture. Also, other scented candles. So make sure you go out and support Terry Johnson and the Harlem Candle Company. Make sure you support. We see you, Queen. Salute.
Yeah. You're wasting time. All right, can't stall much more longer.
Yeah, no, don't.
Hey, so yeah, I'm Third Degree, so make sure you guys hit up kingthird.com, or you go to Spotify where they have This Is Third Degree, where you can get the essence of my music. Man, over 100,000 units moved. You know, saying thanks to streamers, thanks to you, thanks to TikTok, thanks to Facebook. Man, it's just I can't thank you guys enough. So just continue to support, and I want to thank this platform for giving me a place to promote the music. So. But yes, Queen. What do you want to get into today?
I'm gonna have to get on Joey Badass versus West Coast.
Right. Let's get into it. So, all right. So, I'm a little conflicted because when people used to ask me who my top new cats were, it was Kendrick. It was J. Cole. It was Raspity. It was Joey Badass and Big Sean. You know what I'm saying? So he's definitely up there because he's a spitter. And he's from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? And so I've always been a fan of Cuz. But I think he's doing it as a friendly sport, but yet it's still, as you know, Queen, we're unapologetically biased over here. We got Kendrick, Kendrick is our LA brethren, he reps from LA to the IE, the whole West Coast, from the Bay to LA, So
absolutely,
we ride with Kendrick. And so, but Joey took it upon himself to, release out of nowhere like a track. They come at Kendrick to get him to spar with him. But, Kendrick is busy, getting money with SZA. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if he's going to respond. He's going to respond. It's just a matter of when.
Right.
But just a little recap. Here goes some of the songs that have been coming out. But we have different rappers getting at them, like Daylight. You know what I'm saying? Daylight.
Like Rayvon.
Rayvon has some slappers. You know what I'm saying? AZ Cheek, whatever. What's his name? AZ Cheek.
Yeah, AZ.
You know what I'm saying? He came up with some bangers, but my favorite ones have been the ones between Rayvon and Joey Badass.
That's why I said Rayvon. I saw that cipher. You saw that cipher?
I saw that cipher.
Man, what?
I saw the cipher, man. That's what I'm saying. Joey Badass can spit. So, I'm happy to see bars are back, you know what I'm saying? But if I got to choose a coast, I got to choose the West. So, but
I live upstairs, so don't go ahead.
Yeah. But here we go. Here goes some clips from this Joey Badass versus the West Coast.
Tag me in, trying to get a nigga gone. Yeah, you bad to the ass, I'm just bad to the bone. Rayvon was so last week. Now I'm hearing shit about some nigga named Ass Cheek.
That didn't respond. Now you trying to call Cole out, dumbass?
Hey, Hoey, is you stupid or you dumb? Popping it and screaming about a 20v1.
Funny how they gotta use the pro name for promo on the low, though. I really think you niggas is homo.
You boys had years to show you the best clear. Now it's people in your class that they consider your peers.
Too much West Coast dick licking. I'm hearing niggas throwing rocks, really ain't shit sticking. Don't get put in that blender. Hold on, who is you? Pat him down before he enter. Don't you hang with the ops talking about he don't remember.
I could never hate the West Coast with 6 niggas coming for Joe. Fuck it, then let's go. Niggas must have forgot what I said on Control.
There's no comparing me to none of y'all. One of y'all say my name and I get the son of y'all for daring me. Apparently lying for you niggas sound dumb. One of my lines, your whole album.
Properly aligned, this little light of mine. Promise I'ma let it shine till it leave you niggas blind. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you go. This your show. You go.
No, I gotta ask. So the folks out there, what's up, C. Cherie? How you doing? Make sure you guys are hitting the like and the share. Make sure you share, please. So I gotta ask you, Queen. So who do you think, unbiasedly, take your bias out, who do you think is winning this battle thus far?
I would have to say Rayvon. It's not even just, all the West Coast is coming for it. Yes, I'm from West Coast, but the things that Rayvon say. Now, I'll even go back further and say, I've liked Joey Badass before Kendrick came out. I was young liking Joey Badass. This has been some years. I don't know why he never came all the way out, but the way Rayvon spit it on the track, like, yeah, you've been in Diddy house with puffy jackets and diapers on, and 20 years ago you should have been out, and all that. He ate him up. I have to say that. And even when I was younger, I didn't even know Joey Badass was from the East Coast. I told Marquez, I was like, I always thought Joey Badass was from. He was like, nah, he from the East Coast. I really like Joey Badass. I'm not gonna lie. He's even I like Soraya. We're gonna go there and say that much. But and it's not gonna take away from his skills, him being a lyricist, because he's always been one. But they are, saying so much like, you gonna let Power get your TV turned off, and you know what I'm saying? Things like I don't have the words in front of me, but like I said, I'm a hip hop head, so I have heard the music. But yeah, man.
So sorry, my camera. I didn't want to just cut off and just leave you there by yourself. So, I say right now, I got to give it to Joey Badass. You know what I'm saying? Taking my bias out. Because, he's being diabolical with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see the Pac references. He took Hit 'Em Up. He sampled that beat. And, you know what I'm saying? And he even took Kendrick's flow on there. It was just a little wording. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Var. I mean, if you want to come on, you can come on. The link is in the comment section on Facebook, or if you're looking, it's in the description. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you got your Wi-Fi popping. Make sure there's no noise in the background. Make sure that there's no eating and whatnot. And if you're using your phone, use some headphones because the feedback feeds back into the show. But man, I appreciate you, man, and thank you. Much love. But yeah, but Joey Badass, he hit him up, sample, to Kendrick's flow, and and then he did another one. But in the videos, he has the Pac. I know what he's doing with the Pac references because at the end of the day, like dudes was they say, well, Pac was from the East Coast and this and that, blah 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 blah. But of course, he moved to Baltimore for like 3 to 4 years. Then he came out to the West Coast, and he's a Bay Area cat.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Aaron.
So he definitely has some New York seasonings, but his game, his attitude, his aura, is West Coast. And so I can definitely see what he's doing. This is psychological warfare, but for the most part, yeah, like Joey Badass is coming with some bars, but Ray Vaughn has definitely been spitting. He's a spitter, he took one L, but then he bounced back, but Ray Vaughn's been coming with consistent heat.
Yeah. And that's my main thing because Ray Vaughn eating them up. Now, like I said before, I like Joey Badass. Don't get that confused or misconstrued, but and he's a lyricist. He's great. So he is doing his art. He does that. He's been doing it. He's been doing it longer than these boys who's rapping against him, right now at this point. But even in this, it seemed like right after the cypher, he comes out with slick stuff. As far as being an artist, it's great. But as far as me being from the West Coast, I'm like, what you talking about, man? Like, I liked you, but you, man, you know what I'm saying?
Right. And, and to be truthful, I think part of it is, I hate to say it for him, it's clout. It's promotion, I've seen that, he had his, he's engaged to his girl, he's on Power, Raising Canaan, so publicity is publicity. So anything to keep people talking and to keep things going, I mean, he's definitely going to do it, and he's been doing it. So, but he's coming at Kendrick, and the album sales for Drake and this whole Jake and Kendrick stuff has been good, and it's elevated folks to a higher plateau. And I think he's trying to get in on some of that.
Oh, absolutely. He's seen what it did, just this last year. So why not? Him and Kendrick was on the same show. And Kendrick had a little part, but still, Kendrick was on Raising Canaan. He had a little part on there.
Hey, Queen, do me a favor. Hold it down real quick. I got to let somebody in. But then also, too, what was the question I was going to ask? Do you think Kendrick will respond? And, and why or why not?
So this could go two ways. And Joey even made a comment about it saying, Kendrick, you're not saying anything. You're not coming out. What about this? What about that? What about the song in Controller? What about the verse in this? All those things. And look at this. So right now, he doesn't have to. Right now, he doesn't even have to respond because he's already doing his thing. He's making his waves. But if he responds, I'm sure it'll be later. Right now, he doing his tour. He doing concerts. Him and SZA out there getting it in. I'm trying to check the comment section. So that's what I would say for that as far as Joey Badass and Kendrick. Listen, Kendrick is Kendrick, man. He don't have to respond, but if he does respond, of course, he's going to go. He's going to think about it. He's going to make his moves. He's going to execute his moves even more. And when he does come back, if he does respond, he definitely going to eat him up. It's not a question. Hi, Jess.
Hi.
Happy Friday, gorgeous.
Happy Friday. Thank you. So are you, Queen?
We doing all right. Doing all right. Talking about Joey Badass.
What? Why are you looking at me like that?
Late to the party.
You know what?
My husband's not here.
I have mom things to do.
I understand. And my teenagers are being so nice. They got me some Whataburger. Look.
They got a Whataburger out there in Atlanta?
Right across the street from my house. They just built it. They just built 2 out here. Jack in the Box is coming out here too.
They need to put an In-N-Out next to that Whataburger so they can show them what a burger is really all about.
I'm just saying.
You know what I mean?
You're gonna have Marquez driving on 3 wheels trying to get back to this show.
Nah, hey man, be safe. Be safe.
Right.
Yeah, him and Jess, they like to put on the hats and the capes and do like multiple things and saying all at once. You know what I'm saying?
He gave me the option. He was like, you can go drop it off, or you can just
man.
I jumped up like I can say something. On the show.
But yeah, going back, it's just a matter of when, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think I was having this talk with Quez, like Kendrick is very diabolical. So what he's doing is he's probably studying this cat, probably getting as much information as he can, or whatever he can.
Yeah. He's going to eat him up. Look at him on my way. But yeah, he, like I just said before you came back on the screen, he's going to eat him up. It's going to be, his moves are calculated. If you've noticed, he's not going to just come out and not have something to follow up with it, He's going to go back in the archives 20 years ago and really come out to why you not as big as you should be with all these skills. Either you did something or you didn't do something. He's going to come out and say that. It's going to be so interesting to see. But again, you wanted this. Laugh out loud.
Man, we're about to get into a burger debate. I guess we can kind of kill some time.
Whataburger will shut In-N-Out down. So you might be biased.
I'm from the South, so I'm biased, I guess.
Right. I'm gonna tell you my Whataburger story. So I was in Texas, right, at my dad's house when I was in college, and I flew out. Well, I went out to Texas, and I saw a Whataburger. Now, my favorite restaurant, my favorite fast food joint in the world is Wiener Schnitzel. Now, I'm from the West Coast. I saw that W. I'm like, and I'll say this, there is a Wiener Schnitzel in Louisiana too.
Right.
But now let me go back to, it ain't one where I was at in Texas. So I see the W, I'm like, oh, I'm finna go. I get there, I'm like, what is all this stuff? You guys don't have chili cheese dogs? It was Whataburger, you guys. I got closer, like, why is it a purple in the W? Why is all the colors in the W? It wasn't what I thought it was. Whataburger does have good breakfast. I'll say that. They have great pancakes. In-N-Out keeps it simple. You know what you're going to get every time. When you go to and they popping and they're going for a burger, fries, maybe animal style, maybe protein wrap. I know that was my job. I worked at I worked.
I'm hungry right now, yo. I'm starving. You know what I'm saying? And to be truthful,
one of my favorite jobs, but everything at In-N-Out is fresh though. And when you
to be truthful,
a lot of people say it's overrated.
To be truthful, we had an In-N-Out stop last night. You know what I'm saying? Like we were coming back from Inglewood, and we just because I'm hungry. So what do you want to eat? In-N-Out. So I had to go drive through the trenches to go find an In-N-Out.
Let's rewrite the story because he throwing in stuff that wasn't even there. He said, "Oh, let me feed you." I said, "Okay." Then he asked,
so say it like it happened. Yes. Say it like it really happened.
Well, because I know she's hungry.
Let me feed you, baby. I can't be rolling all through the hood and the wood and I got a 2-hour ride home. You know what I'm saying? Let me make sure. Right. Okay.
I said just like this, Quinn. Say, what the funk you want?
Whatever.
The funk you want. You know what I'm saying? In-N-Out. Like you can't find no dang on In-N-Out right now. You're gonna settle for this McDonald's.
Oh no, but In-N-Out, you're gonna always be satisfied. You're gonna be satisfied because you know what you're gonna get every time. Whataburger has a huge menu. They sell chicken wings, chicken tenders, chicken burgers, gravy biscuits, melts. They sell everything. So it's not really,
Oh, you know what? I will get this to Whataburger. You know what I'm saying? The one thing I think that they do got on In-N-Out though is the shakes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, they have a banana pudding shake right now. So yeah.
Do we got one in
Big bag. No, it's all in the South.
Look, I'm trying to save it. I'm trying to change my big bag.
No, I'm saying like the way that they're doing it. I'm not saying you. I'm saying like what they're doing is big back energy, like banana pudding shake. Like, ain't nobody gonna lose their back if they go get a banana pudding shake. And I know if they made a cheesecake shake, I'm there. You know.
I mean, when I tell you these things that are like right across the street from me, when we moved here, none of this was here. None of this was here.
That ain't nothing but the devil, Queen.
It was just I'm telling you, they're just building up this area. Nothing was here, so now they're doing all in the same plaza, in the same strip mall. It's the Five Guys.
You know how God tested Job? You know that's what. You know what I'm saying? God allowed the devil to test you to say, "Hey, I see the journey that she's on. Let's see if she's really about it." So you let the devil come in there. Okay, I'm gonna build a burger.
Oh
I'm
man,
gonna build a Jack in the Crack. Oh, what did you get her with? Oh, let me build an In-N-Out.
Got Chipotle over there, y'all. Chick-fil-A.
Oh, no.
in the same little. Then
I see you and Mama Tucker doing y'all thing. You know what I'm saying? So stay strong. I'll take the hit.
I lost
for
20
you.
pounds so far, so I'm gonna
Congratulations to you. You doing it.
Keep going. Got a whole lot more to go, but I ain't where I used to be.
Tell me your secrets, please, because I'm struggling over here.
Water, plank jacks. That's gonna get you. That's gonna get it because that you working your own body weight, and then you're strengthening your core. It's gonna fall right. Those inches are gonna fall right off. Water, like I said. And then for cardio, I used to do track, but I don't like to run, so I do the bike.
Me neither.
Or something like that.
I do have a bike. I just need to get the tire fixed.
Then throw weight.
She's talking about the bike at the gym, Jess.
I know, but I got an actual bike to ride around.
I do go to the bike. I do the bike at the gym.
She gonna ride around the hood on the bike. This girl, she just don't learn, man. She Debo.
I'm gonna take people's chains. Be like,
I've been asking you about it.
I told you when she was in high school, you know, she's this high.
Whatever.
Probably taking people's shoes. Give me your shoes.
But yeah, so those are some of the things that I do. And then just consistency. And then you can't outwork a bad diet, but it's not about what you do. Sometimes it's about what you do all the time. So you can still eat.
True.
Now that I'm older, intermittent fasting, like not eating all through the night, just different things like that. But I mean, looking back at it, I could have lost more, but I'm good. Like,
you good, man. Like I said, I see you and Mama Tucker doing y'all thing. So salute.
Oh yeah, she not playing the radio. She comes and gets me. We're at the gym at 4:00 every morning.
That's what I used to do. I used to be at the gym at 5:00 every morning. Go to the gym, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, come home, shower, go to work, and then right after work, you go hit it again, and then I'm gonna have to get back into that routine. I was given 6 months, so I gotta step up to the challenge.
Ain't nothing to it but to do it. You got this.
Yeah, but I think that would be just like how God's testing you, letting the devil can test me too. Like, hey, there's a cheesecake at Costco.
There's a Costco over there too, y'all. I'm trying to tell you.
We be funking up that Costco food, man. The hot dogs, the pizzas, and whatnot.
Pizza, chicken bake.
Yep.
That turkey provolone sandwich. And we over here
fire
saying on the mic. We supposed to be talking about music and all this stuff. We over here. Thank you, C. Cherie, for diverting.
They be rapping about
food. Let me circle it back real quick. No, Whataburger will not shut down In-N-Out. You know what I'm saying? Nah. All right, now back to the music. Yeah, West Coast.
Woo! She said. Right.
Man.
So I will say this. What do you think about Ab-Soul? He was in that cipher.
Okay, so Ab-Soul, I didn't know lyrically he was as dope as he was when he was in that cipher. But my thing is, I'm kind of like on my Pac. So I don't you know, how do I say this? As a hip hopper, you know what I'm saying, as an ex battle rapper, because you know, I don't even battle rap no more, you know what I'm saying? But as a hip hop head, as a rapper, as an entertainer, I don't like, I like the friendly competition, you know what I'm saying? But what I think it lacks is passion. You know what I'm saying? He says I'm number, so y'all got it.
But look what I'm eating right now, see, Cherie. So you know,
they don't get no advertisement on here.
Yeah, I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice.
But so I mean, it's kind of like how the NBA is. I think people are a little too friendly. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm from the old school of like, hey, if I don't like you, if I got a problem with you, then yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and try to high five it with you afterwards.
Right.
I'm from the era where nothing is off limits. You know what I'm saying? That's what I respected about Kendrick and Drake to a certain extent. Like, you know, they went for gusto. And, you know, and that's why I have a high level of respect for Drake. For, you know, even though he took some huge L's, at least he stepped in and he took his lickings to the chin. And, you know, he gave us some bars too. I don't like this little friendly, hey, you too, and not. So for Absol, you know what I mean? Like if there's a beef or a problem, you know what I'm saying? If you're my homie or my partner, you black hippie, you know what I'm saying? You ain't standing nowhere near Joey Badass. Even if you don't really like necessarily like have a problem with him, like, hey, well, just like how you stood by K-Dot during this Drake stuff, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to look at Joey the same way. Just like how, you know, me and the Queen are both Joey Badass fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got mad love for Joey. Like, say he's in my top 5 as far as like hip hoppers out right now. But
I really am. He was my number 7. He was my number 7 out of my top 10. 5. Out of my top 10 of all time.
I like his flow.
It was like all time though, so that's good to be on my list.
All time, all time is good to be in that top 7, but yeah, it's just a different type of flow. So you know what I mean, but because I like you, Joey Badass, you know, right now, you know, I got to put that to the side. You know what I'm saying? And until you know this thing is over, till it's declared like, you know, deceased. You know what I'm saying? Like, you over there. You know what I'm saying? I got mad love for you though, but you over there. It's K-Dot. It's West Coast or no coast. You know
There's nothing wrong with that. You're supposed to rock with your coast, you know, but I love my coast the most. So
I'm just, you know, like I said, man, I'm still hyped up. Kenny gave us a shout out, you know what I'm saying? He said shout out to San Bernardino. And I mean, not just the Inland Empire. He said San Bernardino.
He said specifically, right.
I mean, yes, we're born in San Bernardino. You know what I'm saying? And so we always got like, you know, bourgeois LA folks trying to like, you know, discount us or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Oh gosh. You know, he brought my little cousin out first on that pop-out tour too. So shout out to him on that. He really did. That was the first person that came out. I was like, okay, we in the hospital. I had just had the baby. We in the hospital, like, okay. Yeah. So shout out to him for that, you know.
Yeah, man. Kendrick's a little too close to home. You know what I'm saying? We kind of looking at him like the cousin or brother, you know what I'm saying? And so we rooting for him over here. So Absol, like, yeah, I wouldn't. That cipher was dope, you know what I'm saying? But seeing Absol in that cipher let me know, like, hey, this beef ain't for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't that serious.
And he could have came a different way, but just me always listening to him and knowing his style, he's more like he has flows, he has lyrics, but he reminds me of a Black Eyed Peas type rapper flow.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No,
more like
that. Could really spit like that whole black hippie collective. You know what I'm saying? Like
fire.
K-Dot, J-Rock. You know what I'm saying? Schoolboy Q. You know, Absol. Like they all could spit, and then just together. You know what I mean? So, yeah,
that's
man.
Right. That's gonna be a years to come. They squad is tight.
Yeah. So I don't know, but you know, I would say it like this. As of right now, Joey Badass got it. You know what I'm saying? Until we hear something from K-Dot, you know what I'm saying? He got it. And we're just waiting for K-Dot. You know, whenever he gets through, he gonna tell SZA, hey, you go sing Luther real quick over there. Hold it down. I gotta go to the studio real quick. Let me go drop some on this cat. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Because Joey's trying to play. Joey's trying to come outside and play, and I don't think he wants to
He want one of those. He want one of those Drake beefs. He wants to get his numbers up like that. He wants to. He wants.
But as your husband famously said on this here show, Kenny plays on Demon Time. So
and he does.
In this Gemini season 2, I just wouldn't really mess with the dude.
That's what I'm saying. The last man on the Louisiana thing, he a Gemini too.
Yeah.
Yeah. His birthday the same day. As matter of fact, his birthday the same day as K-Dot's, the last one out. No, that's off the topic, but
these dang demons.
That was demon time. Like if you look at dude's backstory sidebar, there was a police officer who got his grandparents killed way back in like 90, a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
So he grew up and went and found the family members of the officer's family. That's why he was in jail in the first place.
Mm.
If anybody ever stood on business, that was that.
Wow.
That's some real old school Gemini stuff right there. And now he back out.
Right. Man, all right, y'all. We got to dip into the next one. Quez must have went to like Alabama or something.
He'll be back. Keep going. We got this.
He didn't went to Alabama, you know what I mean?
Did not text and drive.
But speaking of San Bernardino, we got a soul food joint coming out. You see what I'm saying? Like here go God again. Well, the devil. You know, yeah. I want some smothered chicken too. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Melvis. We're gonna give him some little promo. Want to make sure I play the right one, but if I play the wrong promo, because I know that he had something going on for like Mother's Day. But let me see where I can find this thing. It's so disorganized over here. All right, wait. We're gonna play Melvis. Oh, here we go.
San Bernardino, you asked for it, and it is coming in honor of his mom, Melba Louise Mercer. Melba's Soul Kitchen coming to San Bernardino. You want a sneak peek of what he got? This Sunday, he has Soul Food Sunday with this choice of southern baked chicken or fried chicken, fried fish. Your choice of 2 sides, mac and cheese, rice, gravy, collard greens, candied yams, okra, corn, tomatoes, cabbage, all for $25. It's going to be located off of 22,000 East Highland Avenue in San Bernardino, California. Make sure you go check it out and support. Mel.
Accomplish eliminating frizz and have that shiny look to your waves, you need a laydown pad. The Wave Essentials is having a sale right now for buy 2 get 1 free. With a little strap on the back, it makes it super easy to lay your hair down, and the plastic on the front helps with laying the hair down and creating that shine. Do this for about 10 to 15 minutes and you'll accomplish that shine and that laydown that you need. Nobody likes frizz, so make sure you go get your laydown pads before the sale is over.
And
her waves was dipping,
popping. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I wonder if my wave could do that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, shout out to Terrio out here in the IE. I got to go get my hair cut next week, and so I want my waves be popping just like that. You know?
Same.
But yes. All right. So our next topic, we got to go ahead and show some love. You know, we're waiting on Quest to get here because I wanted to hear what his thoughts were, but Xzibit dropped a new album called Kingmaker. Me and Jess had the privilege. Shout out to K-Day. Shout out to Cece, the Mamacita. You know what I'm saying? For hosting for hosting the KINGMAKER album celebration out at the Hollywood Park Casino out in Inglewood. It was an epic event. You know what I'm saying? We, like I told you before, she gave me my first radio interview. She's good friends with Jess. You know what I'm saying? So seeing them embrace, she hugged Jess like they've been long lost friends for years. You know what I'm saying? So I love this girl. I love this girl. You know, so it was just dope. Saw Little Easy, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, his father had my cousin signed to his label, you know what I'm saying? Like JJ Fad was signed to Ruthless. Lil Easy is a dope artist. He's a dope person just in general. And we chopped it up a bit. And, you know, he's even down to come on to the show, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to definitely set up something for him. It's going to be a Ruthless family affair. My cousin's got a new documentary dropping soon too, by the way, sometime in like June. So I definitely want to make sure I show some love. But yeah, we're connected by Ruthless. So I want to definitely bring Lil Easy out. We met Xzibit's son, you know, Trey Capital. He was dope. I talked to him and he actually said he's down to come on to the show too. So it was definitely an event, you know what I'm saying, networking with some good people, met some producers and whatnot. The album itself was just fire. It was fire. So we got some clips of the actual, you know, of the actual party, and then we're gonna give our thoughts, views, and opinions on the actual album itself. So
let's do this.
Been through a lot of bitches, but I lose count. I feel like I've been drinking out to you.
Right.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
It was dope. Jess, what were your thoughts?
I enjoyed the vibe. And the album sounds good. I couldn't really hear all of the songs, like the lyrics and everything, but I like the one that he did about his quote unquote love song that he said. So I like that one.
Right.
All right, he came in smoking, you guys. He must have ran like Sonic. I see smoke coming off his shoes.
Man, so yeah, the actual party, the party itself was definitely an event. The music was popping. Xzibit. Oh, quick story too. I actually got to share the stage with Xzibit. You know, he did a show out in no, actually it was the Licks. The Licks did a show out in Hollywood at the Key Club, and they brought out King T and they brought out Xzibit. So for me just to be on the stage, I'm trying not to be, you know, like a fanboy, but I'm like, yo, these are legends right here. And so you know, it was definitely a full circle moment. I'm definitely proud of Xzibit for continuing it. Like, you know, I wasn't sure what to expect from the album. I went and I listened to it thoroughly from top to bottom today. And you know, dude still has bars. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Conor McGregor for Greenback Records for believing in him, making sure he didn't give up on him, put some money behind him, and put out a dope project. What's up, King Quez?
What's going on, my brethren? What's up, Jess? How you feeling?
Pretty good. How about you?
Man, I can't complain. Out here grinding, you know what I'm saying? Like usual.
I ain't mad at you.
Always got something going on, but we got to get it. For real.
Word.
Ain't adoration. That look good.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I see y'all big backs on here.
Big back. I want some barbecue. You know what I'm saying? I was telling the queen, man, the God let devil test the queen by putting a Whataburger right across the street. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
ain't right to you, God. What you doing?
And they going crazy across the street. We still ain't. They got a Mexican restaurant over there too. We still ain't tried it. But it's always packed. I
went with my sorority sister, but
I ain't tried.
But I wanted to go back to my husband.
I had Mexican food in Atlanta one time, and I said never again. I had Mexican food in Texas.
Never again.
Most of it's trash.
So
I love Mexican food out in LA. It's good. But the home of the best Mexican food is in San Diego, from San Diego County, from North County to the south, hands down.
I have to agree. You right there, 2 minutes
Hands
from the
down.
border.
Oh yeah, we got the real Mexican food.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Quez, did you have a chance to check out the album, man?
Oh yeah, man. That song with him and Problem, man. I like that joint.
AKA Jason Martin.
But Problem for the people who, you know what I'm saying, know him as such. And I know everybody, who is Jason Martin? That's
I call him JC On.
Yeah, well, look.
That's the game. JC On.
They got the same name, don't they?
No. His name is really Jason.
Oh, I should call him JC On. Sorry, Problem.
Yeah, but yeah, I like that joint. It got a real old school West Coast kind of vibe to it. You know what I'm saying? Kind of that mid to late 90s kind of situation, man. So I thought it was a dope album. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, bro still got bars. Like he's spitting on there. He's really spitting on there. You know what I'm saying? To be in the elder class. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's a beautiful time for hip hop right now because real lyrics is coming out and we getting rid of all this gibberish,
mumble rap,
and you know what I mean, all these no talented people. So you know what I'm saying? Being honest,
man.
You know what I mean? So I liked it. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably gonna listen to it again, probably tomorrow. Because you know it's one of those things you gotta listen to it a few times to catch everything you want to catch.
Everything.
Yeah.
But that one with him and Jason Martin was the one that stood out to me the most. Like that was the vibe for me.
Which one was it? Was it Belly of the Beast?
No. Damn it. Hold on, it's on my Spotify too. I played that one a couple times.
The Moment. You talking about The Moment with him and Busta Rhymes?
Yeah, with Busta on there. Yep.
That was hard.
One with Busta. That so you're right.
Bus came on there spitting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was that old 90s stuff.
Yeah, it was.
My favorite one is I like History. History is dope. Of course, the one Crash with Royce the 5'9". Higher with Redman and Be Real. Even Success. Success is like Success is a spoken word type of track. But the way that he spit it and the beat, you know what I'm saying, it was just, that was dope too. But another one, the one of the ones that stand out to me is American Idol with Simba. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
buddy.
Simba,
I forgot about that one too. Yeah, that joint. Hey, Simba's my dude. You know
Simba is a young up-and-comer. He's from the Bay. He immediately got my love and recognition because, you know, he went on Punk Flex's show.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
And
check, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He's from the Bay. And just like I got through telling y'all earlier, Pac is a Bay Area rapper. So there's some people up there that don't play about Pac. You know what I'm saying? And to see that he's a young cat, he ain't disrespecting. He went up there and checked that dude man to man and made him, I'm sorry, rest in peace. No, forget you, Punk Flex. We know how you truly feel. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, he lied. Cry baby ass.
Take that back.
Yeah, you can't take that back.
Right.
You know what I mean? But Simba is definitely a young spitter. He shows love to not only the OGs that came before him, but you know, the current ones who are out. And he's a breath of fresh air with his lyricism. And so for him,
he's a dope storyteller too.
Dope storyteller.
Yeah,
and you know, and CC told us a story like he was having like writer's block, you know what I'm saying? And he was having trouble, you know what I'm saying, or just a hard time with writing rhymes till Xzibit hit him up. And when Xzibit hit him up and sent him the beat, he said it all just came out. And if that's what came out after a writer's block, man, shout out to Xzibit too, because you bringing out the beast in some of these young folks, you know what I'm saying? So
Man, definitely, because that's for a lot of people. I won't say for a lot of people, but for the generation we come from, you know what I'm saying? Xzibit's a legend. You know what I'm saying? Not only for the rapping, you know what I'm saying?
Pimp My Ride.
Yeah, Pimp My Ride. You know what I'm saying? We all thought he was gonna pull up in the yard, like, you know what I'm saying? We was buying buckets on purpose.
I was like, I got the pink slip to this bucket, man. What's poppin'?
We was buying
that makes me a Bugs Bunny card.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, let me get this little $500 card. I'm gonna call Xzibit now. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we was on it, watching every episode, putting fish tanks and stuff in people's car. You know what I'm saying? All kinds of dumb stuff. You know what I mean? But hey, for our generation, you know what I'm saying? He a West Coast legend for so many reasons. And to see him come out of that, because to be honest, he never really got the shine he was supposed to get. If we being honest, during that time, it was so many, greats on the West, and then the West was, low key being shunned out of the industry, as far as popularity. So, it's really only room for the Snoops and Tupac kind of rapping. And Xzibit, he's still gangster, but he, he's a lyricist first, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's what kind of threw him off, because he didn't get into the gangster rap part of the scene.
I have to interject just a little bit. And you know what I'm saying? So yeah, Tupac was definitely around, but by this time he was deceased. You know what I'm saying? His spirit wasn't here, but his music was still here because he was still putting out albums. But for the most part, Pac died. Snoop, you know what I'm saying? He left Death Row. Suge is in jail. Dre had Aftermath. The Aftermath, the first Aftermath compilation wasn't really all that popping. So yeah, as far as the West Coast, it was kind of it was on a flat line. Snoop put out that album with No Limit, and the game is to be sold, not to be told. And I got mad love for you, Snoop. If you're watching this, you know what I'm saying? You were definitely one of my idols coming up as far as spitting. But I wasn't really feeling that album. There's only like 2 or 3 joints I liked. And I just thought it was a rap. I thought it was a rap for Snoop. Until maybe like a year or so later, you hear that doom 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 doom, bitch, please.
Yeah. When he got with Dre and he did that, the wash.
It was Xzibit. When he came out with Xzibit, you know what I'm saying? With that Be Please, it's what kind of made Snoop popping again. You know what I'm saying? Because Snoop was on there spitting, but it was that hunger from Xzibit. And I've been an Xzibit fan since he came out, since I heard the track, What You See Is What You Get. I've been rocking with him since then. You know what I mean? But for him to come out with Snoop on that Be Please with that Dre production, it brought Snoop back to the forefront. It made people pay attention to the West Coast. That was Xzibit. He put the West Coast on his back and brought back Snoop, brought back Dre. You know what I'm saying? Because then Snoop dropped Top Dog. Dre dropped 2001. You know what I'm saying? He dropped Restless. Dre was up here giving out beats. You know what I'm saying?
What's
then it was around that time.
What's a buddy name that was on the other dude from LA that was on that Xzibit song? Damn, why can't I think of it?
Which one you want to have those?
The light-skinned dude.
Oh, Nocturnal?
Nocturnal.
Yeah, Nocturnal.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say. Like around that time when they was all moving on to starting to do the wash, and they were starting to do all that type of music after that. But also around that time on the West Coast, not Southern California, not where we was from, but Mac Dre and them, they was up there doing their stuff. They had the Cutthroat Committee.
Yeah.
And around that time, and then they had all them Thizel Washingtons and that whole movement when the hyphy movement was starting. E40 was doing it. J.O. Felon, like all of them was
E40 came a little bit later. J.O. Felony, I think J.O. got kind of looked over for the fact that he signed to Def Jam. He had that one cut, I Can Give It To You.
But what you gonna do?
But then, and then the album was actually pretty solid. But again, it wasn't until Xzibit came with that Be Please, had Snoop's Top Dog popping because Dre had the beats. Then Snoop got with the East Siders and put out, and then Jail Felonies coming out with them, and they're going on tour doing this, the C-Hop, and all this other stuff. Literally, Xzibit hit that spark. He was that spark that the West Coast needed.
Well, that's what I was saying. Yeah. Like he got overlooked during during that time, and I can't really understand it. You know what I'm saying?
Because he was like, good. He should have got way more love.
Yeah, for real.
Than what he got. People was literally walking around talking about, oh, like, you know what I mean? Why y'all didn't get this man his crown, his pop? You know, we not gonna act like that wasn't him.
No, for real.
So just
you know, and I got two things to kind of touch on with Xzibit. So, you know, and again, there's been this debate out here on the West Coast. They said, well, he's not really from the West Coast because he was born in Detroit and then he lived in Albuquerque. And then there were some dudes there last night who was talking about Detroit, what up, though? And, you know, he kind of just smiled like, and he gave love. But let's just make this clear. He came out to the West Coast, when he was 16, whatever. He is a West Coast artist. He didn't come out from Albuquerque. He didn't come out from Detroit. Just like Too Short. Too Short was born in LA, but, you know, he moved to the Bay. He came out of the Bay. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop trying to put these jackets on people that don't fit. You know what I'm saying? Like, with Tupac, no one ever called Tupac an East Coast rapper. You know what I'm saying? They're calling him a Bay Area Oakland rapper because that's what he was claiming. But Xzibit is a powerful voice on the West. He's a lyricist. He's been doing the Wake Up Show, actually with, you know, her brother and them, you know what I'm saying, with Sway, you know. The dude's been around for a minute, from the underground to the mainstream. And those acts that you named, Queen, they were dope, but they were more so on the underground tip. When he brought Xzibit hit, he brought West Coast back to the mainstream. Everybody was checking for the West again. And it was because of that. B, please. You ain't trying to hot box with me. I swing much
quicker going round on the second ground. On the second round.
How that sound? Xzibit never backing down from a conflict.
Yeah, well, we about to get it. No.
Blasting metal in every direction.
Man, you don't want to get me started. Marquez talk about me all day because I walk around rapping.
Yes, you do. You do.
I do. I be freestyling.
I gotta get you on the track, Queen. We gotta get you on the track. You know what I'm saying?
Try to tell. I got balls.
So, you know, so
they're gonna hate me.
All right, y'all. So what would you give the album? Well, Jess has to. So from what you heard so far from your vibe, I know Jess, you're probably gonna go back and listen to it.
Go back. There was just too many people talking, so
that part
was
did
kind
kill
of
it.
rude to me. Yeah.
That was, you know what I mean? Because he was definitely getting interviewed, and there was people just talking and whatnot, just being assholes. But again, it was lit. It was a real lit environment.
It was a good vibe. Yeah.
That's what's up.
My mom said people was faded and high, and they was just chilling, like a kickback.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, people blocking the bathrooms, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You couldn't really get through, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, then you had that dude that says, what was it? You're the greatest, or you're the great, the guy.
I can't remember.
He was on KTLA, you know what I'm saying, with his little sign, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he was dope. You know what I'm saying? He brought good energy. You know what I'm saying? But
that's what's up, though, man.
I was talking about this. I would have begged my mom to come on the show.
Yeah, I would have. I
didn't know. I didn't know.
It's a little bit my fault because we had a whole nother show program, and then after me and Jess got back, when we and Jess got back last night, I thought about what Cece was saying. Make sure you tell people about this. And so I'm like, you know what? I tried to go network with him to get him on the show. You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't get to him because there were some people that were blocking me, and I couldn't.
Just people.
I couldn't move them. You know what I'm saying? They were short. But they were like, you know, definitely I couldn't get around them. You know what I'm saying? They were like,
man,
blocking. You know, I'm trying to be politically correct. You're not trying to be mean, but you know. Yeah. But it was love. You know what I'm saying? I tried to get to him, but I did get to his son. But where was I going with this? It was just a dope thing, man. And so I'm glad that he got his flowers. I would say that I give the album, I give it like a 9.
yeah. On first listen, I'm gonna give it an 8. Just on first listen, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know there's room for improvement once and plus I was listening while I was working today and doing other things. So, you know, you miss a lot, and you know, people calling in between and all that kind of stuff. But on first listen, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. And then I'll probably change my view tomorrow once I really get into it and have time to sit and listen like I was listening to all the other battle raps and all that good stuff, dissecting them. You know what I mean? But just our first listen, it's a dope album. You know what I'm saying? To me.
So you said people kept calling you, talk about me.
No, I wasn't talking about you.
He never talk about you.
Throw that disclaimer out there.
I gotta ask a few questions. Do you believe that there's an ageism within hip hop? Because with Xzibit being from that early 2000 era to now, I think the last album that he dropped was Napalm, and I think that may have been like 2012 or whatever. You know, there's a certain stigma that comes along with rappers. You know what I'm saying? That you have to be a certain age in order to be popping. Do you believe that there is some type of ageism within hip hop, and do you think that this applies to Xzibit?
No, I think your audience changes. You know what I'm saying? I think your audience grows with you, and then something like this, you acquire what I'm saying, new fans during this time. You know what I mean? The music may not be what's going on right now to where he's gonna be super mainstream in the regards of like Kendrick right now or some of these other rappers that are up and coming and have these massive followings, because he's not going to do what they do anyways. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to be talking to the streamers too much. He's not going to be, going to sit at Kai Cenat house and all that type of energy. But to me, it's like saying, is there ageism for Michael Jackson? You know what I'm saying? He's still relevant today.
Right.
Tupac's still relevant today. Snoop is still out here making albums, and he's 68. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? Like, and people be tripping like Kendrick is 40 years old, damn near. You know what I'm saying? So if there's ageism, man, he the number one rapper.
So is Drake. You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They like 40 years old. These niggas ain't 20. You know what I'm saying?
And then I'll also say your audience grows with you. Like, we were teenagers and 20s when Xzibit was out. Now we're in our 40s, so now your audience is going to be 40s, 50s, and if we let our kids listen to it and they liked it, now it's going to be the younger kids.
Right.
I catch my daughter singing a bunch of stuff that I used to listen to when I was younger, and then you guys will all remember when they used to say, "What you know about?" So it's your music and the way that that's what I'm. You feel?
Yeah, I've turned into that.
That's how music is all the time, because even when you think about it, when you say ageism, I think back to certain rappers who came out. Who is that guy who was trying to battle that was like a whore?
Oh. Melly Mel.
It's ageism with Melly Mel. So say that. But,
okay, so
but I want
to piggyback it. That. Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Queen.
But don't lose your thought. So I will say, when the East Siders first came out, and I was young, I'm like, why are these old people trying to, So, but I like their music.
Yeah.
So again, it all depends on your delivery, your style, how good you are. Because I love KRS-One and all of them. But who's to say if they came out with something right now, I probably wouldn't listen to Public Enemy today. But that doesn't take away from what they did and what they did for hip hop. Okay, do your thought, because
No, I was getting ready to piggyback off what you said, because it's funny that you brought up Melly Mel, because I was thinking, like, so if you're going in thinking, especially I'm putting myself in a younger perspective shoes, I'm thinking that maybe the music might sound dated, because there's some people who their music has not grown, who has not matured. They stay stuck in either the 90s or the 2000s. So I wasn't too sure what I was going to get from Xzibit. And so from the very start of the album, when I'm hearing the bars, I'm like, yo, he's not sounding dated at all. You know what I'm saying? He's sounding like young and refreshed. You know what I'm saying? Like, like Quez said, he matured. His delivery was a lot more smoother in the pocket, and his subject matter was still relevant. Like, he's coming with punchlines and subject matters. I mean, there's certain things he does have hints of talking about mental health and talking about breakups and this and that, and he's weaving it all into like some hip hop bars because again, he's an underground backpack rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Giving it to you on a mainstream level, and that's always been his formula. And I think it's what made him stand out. So, man, it's just like I was, for some of these rappers, yeah, they come out with the raw, yeah, like not Xzibit.
Yeah, I think it comes down to the bars, man. Yeah, you can't substitute good bars.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
No matter what age you are, Eminem in his 40s. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can legitimately rap.
Eminem in his 40s.
Yeah, Eminem in his 40s.
No, he's
in his 50s.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
He's
shit,
50s.
yeah. I knew he was old.
Because when he was talking about F. Christina Aguilera, better switch me chairs, and Carson Daly, I definitely was in high school and he was growing.
And I think when M came out, when he first came out, he was like 26, 28.
Yeah, so I mean, if you, like you said, third, if you can move with the times, and you can speak to the relevance of what's going on, and update your flow and your style, man. There is no end to it. You can't. If I'm trying to think of somebody good, like if 112 came out with an R&B album right now, we would probably all buy it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a void in the. I'm just saying, like, somebody in that realm. Like, I was trying to think of somebody R&B like from our era, because right now R&B is kind of.
I'm mad at 112.
Okay.
I'm mad at them.
I said Jagged Edge.
Jagged Edge, they still together. They get props. Until all four members of 112, the original members, come back, Jagged Edge is better than 112. Everybody else is going to be better than 112 because they only got two members. And they substitute with background dancers, singers, and they call it a group. No, nigga, no.
Going on tour though.
I'm sorry.
Nigga, no.
I apologize.
I'm bougie. I'm saying this because I'm a fan. I love 112, but no, nigga, no. Okay.
Whoever fits in that R&B category, that third approved.
Drew Hill.
You know what I'm saying?
Drew Hill. Oh, we was talking about giving our kids 25 Drew Hills. Listen, when they trip.
Tell me
what you want.
Yeah, man. People are punishing their kids with that dance too.
That's what I said.
Yeah, that's what we seen.
Depending on what you do, you might get half the song or the whole song.
You want to know something that's crazy though? Going back to the ageism thing. Again, my cousins, they came out back in the 80s with Supersonic, right?
Yeah, that's my favorite shows.
They do these like throwback concert jams with different artists, like with Lisa, or they'll do some with 50 or Cube, or bringing Bone Thugs, all these Bobby D. Shout out to Bobby D too. But they do these like throwback concerts, and when I tell you that, you would think if you came in with the arrogant mindset of a youngster, you would think, oh, anybody want to go see them. These shows are packed. I mean, from the front to the back. There's even times where I can't even get tickets. I gotta hit the cousin line, like, hey cousin, can you sure third? You know what I mean? But I'm trying to tell you, like, you can't even get tickets sometimes because it's just packed. And then they go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, they still tour all around the country, based off of, just the love for the guy. And like you said, I think some of these old school jam concerts be more packed and more sold out than a lot of these youngsters. If you ain't necessarily like a Kendrick or something, then you ain't really selling like that.
Yeah.
What's up, Mama Tuck?
Yeah, and we like to have a good time. We know how to have a good time.
And we know what kind of crowd is going to be at these type of events.
Yeah.
You want to go to these youngsters, you thinking about, man, they're going to be shooting. It's going to be
might get shot.
There. And you want to, and then also that type of music, if you still around, it brings back a sense of nostalgia because
exactly.
When we were young, we're thinking about, dang, life was so good back then. Ooh, that was my song. And we want to go and experience that. And the people who are older, who's still with us, they want to experience it too, because they had on their little cross colors and salt and pepper outfits and stuff. They want to go. They probably wearing them leather skirts no more, but they want to go see it too.
Right.
But yes, absolutely. Like I know I'm going to the Brandy Monica. Sure am.
Hey, man. I gotta make sure I put some money aside because I love some good R&B. We just got through from an R&B concert, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, again, like that nostalgia, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then, you know, of course, we're older now, you know, we stable jobs, stable money. So they got a fan base. They got people who are going to be buying these tickets, you know what I'm saying? Going back and listening to the jams. You remember, Candy just said, I think Softest Place on Earth just went platinum.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
And I've loved that song since it came out.
Forever.
Yep.
Yeah. But you gotta think like how we talking now. Think about the cats that's, you know what I mean, in high school right now, how they gonna be discussing man, you remember back when Kendrick and Drake got into it? Like that's gonna be their nostalgia. You know what I'm saying? When they hear Not Like Us 20 years from now.
Like I was in high school when this came out. Same way I do on Fly Radio, you know.
And be singing it to their kids, like, yeah, remember, they not like us and all that. You know what I mean?
I do. And I do a lot of DMX with my kids too.
Man.
They know
that's the one cat that I wish I could have seen. I got close to seeing him, but I got impatient and I left because it was just getting crowded and it started to rain. But he was actually out in San Bernardino and I had a chance and I just didn't.
So 1997 or 8, he was in Inglewood. Matter of fact, he was in Inglewood. It was around the time when Players Club came out, and he had a song on that CD, and it was him. He did that song all day, all night, whatever that was, and I was
all
like,
day,
all
night.
I was about 13, but I was there. I seen him. I got to see him. To get close, I wasn't even supposed to be there, but I got to see him. And he did.
Let me ask y'all. So, you know, real quick for Xzibit, you know, we're gonna close this out real quick. I give him an 8 out of 10. I give him 4.5 flames. You know what I'm saying? That's my little album rate scale system. My 4 flames, you know what I'm saying, 4.5. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely up there, definitely dope. Jess?
For me, I said 8 too. I need to go back and listen to it so I can hear all the lyrics. Because I heard his lyricism in there, and it was fire. And like you said, the ageism, I don't like. Well, Quest said I don't think there's no ageism because, like he mentioned about how he was number 1 at a moment on iTunes. Yeah,
it was him, Kendrick, and Snoop all within the 1, 2, 3 spots on iTunes,
and all old, according to the teenagers. Old.
Right. His plays, whatever, went up like a 25,000% or something like that. Some really not high. His son breaks down the algorithm for him.
Dang, that's what's up.
And that's all good because you also have to think about it. A lot of the newer generation makes people sales come back up. Like I know we were talking about Janet Jackson's concert not selling out, but she has a song that comes on TikTok radio now. You know, that maybe we'll meet him at a bar. He'll drive a funky car. So now that song is back out. They doing little TikToks to it. And that's another way that artists come back out. The kids think it's new to them, but we know the songs.
Right.
And when they stick around for the longevity, they royalties start kicking back in because now they back up there. And they get back on the charts from that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a number.
So I gotta ask, so we can get into our last topic and close it out. Thank you, guys. We don't want to spend too much time on this, but it's funny. But shows. Who is the one person that you wish that you could have seen, or who is the best hip hop show that you've seen thus far?
All right. So the best hip hop show that I've seen live, as far as just one group, I'd have to give it to G Unit because I was there at that show, at that concert. I've seen a lot, and it would have been the 2 concerts that I did would have been between them and Cash Money, and Cash Money not beating G Unit for what I'm talking about. So it would have to be G Unit.
Right.
Yeah, it was Young Buck in them.
I'm sure they do
Oh, I thought he said who's the best one that I saw.
Or want to see, yeah. You answered it.
Yeah,
right.
either or, either or.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'll be quiet then.
I don't remember. That's a hard one. I haven't seen too many because when I was younger, I couldn't, listen to that music.
Oh man.
But I don't know. I've seen Dilated Peoples. I like them. Sorry, that's Underground for those who don't know.
Oh no, girl, we know that. Listen, what? You talking to me? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, of course, my brother.
Sly Boogie for those that don't know.
Sly, but yeah, for those.
Okay.
And Chino XL is pretty good. I've seen him.
Okay.
And that's another underground record. Sorry, y'all.
No, we with you.
Yeah, I don't go to
Brown
concerts.
fellow Hebrew.
We with you.
So
Yeah.
you say you don't go to concerts? Have you seen anybody, or so who would you want to go see? Like if you had the money, someone say, "Hey, I'm gonna hook you up front row." You can fan out. Who are you gonna go see?
For a hip hop concert, I would probably have to say, for me, it would be between Lil Wayne and I'm thinking performance wise. Not today. I'm just saying like songs. You know what I'm saying? Like the songs that I know would bring that nostalgia back and all that. Like, like a Lil Wayne concert in tip top shape would sound dope. Or I'm gonna go E40, man. I think the E40 show would be dope.
Even now.
Yeah, I think the E Fonzarelli best thing since Triple Bean Popcorn would be a live ass show. Because he got so many different eras he's been through. You know what I'm saying? He got way too many songs that just fire. So I think I would definitely want to go see a E40 song concert if I went.
This man comments talking about, Boys. And I don't want to miss a thing. I see you. That yellow and orange 2-part CD from E40.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
There you go. See, hey, Brother Lynch.
Yeah,
too.
I like Mac Dre. I like Mac
Brother
Dre.
Lynch.
I like Brother Lynch. Rest in peace, Mac Dre.
Rest in peace, Mac Dre. Yee.
Man. I can rap Mac Dre.
For me, I damn near seen everybody. I damn near seen everybody except for maybe I haven't experienced a Dr. Dre concert per se, or I haven't really experienced the Kendrick. You know what I mean? But I damn near seen everybody, literally. Besides that DMX, I was there for the show. I just tried to see him play. I'd say Wu-Tang was good.
Okay.
Jay-Z put on a phenomenal show with him and Beyonce, but I wasn't really too much into Beyonce, the Jay-Z, but she did dope too. Nas was dope. One of the hardest ones I could tell you for sure was Busta Rhymes.
Yeah,
he was at like a smokeout fest, or what was it, the Rock the Bells or something, and they only gave him like I think like a 20-minute set. Was it 10 minutes or 20? I forget what it was, but he said they only gave me a certain amount of time, and so I'm gonna give you a show within 20 minutes. DJ Scratch, and from the time DJ Scratch, that 20 minutes was lit. I'm talking about just lit.
Did he have his little friend with him?
Yes, a star.
Man.
Yeah, split with him, you know, and just those two, just the DJ, hype man, rapper, you know what I'm saying? Just man, and you're right, Quez. I've had the experience of actually opening up for E40 and seeing him, and his show from top to bottom lit. That boy's out of there.
Like if I'm gonna pay my money, I I want to see a performance. I don't want to go somewhere and see you stand in the same spot and sing songs
do this
and pass the mic out here like, nigga, I paid you. Nigga, I'm not singing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I had somebody tell me that's what Rick Ross does. He just stands there.
Yeah.
I mean, E40 kind of did too, but I mean, his movements on stage, like his beats. I mean, when Ye Area came on, the whole place rocking. Shit. Even who else? Truthfully, The Game. You know, The Game. He actually performs with like a live band. You know what I'm saying? And he's dope. He brought out what's the dude from Blink 182, the drummer Travis Barker. He brought him out. It's dope. DJ Quick and Sugar Free puts on a phenomenal show.
That is the one show they had a show at Oceanside I went to, but it didn't last long. But I was there for that. It was good while it lasted. Niggas will be niggas. You know what I'm saying?
They will be.
I went to a couple of summer jams, and then they had a lot of all the rappers there too. But it's not the full effect of getting it, like you said, how he got a 20-minute set. It's not the full effect, but you did.
But said, I'm giving you 20 minutes, and I'm about to rock from 20 minutes. He killed it.
He did that, huh?
Killed it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, DJ Quick for your B-Day party. DJ Quick is dope. He's hard, man. There's another. So when I went to go see Young Buck, right? He was at the Key Club in Hollywood, and he brought out Sibo and he brought out the Outlaws. So this is the closest that I'm ever going to get to Pac, because when he brought out the Outlaws and they put on Hail Mary, when I tell you that whole place from the front to even the outside was rocking, you know what I'm saying? That was the closest I've really got to Pac to see that. But yeah, but the best show so far, I'd have to say, just hands down, it has to be Bus.
Yeah.
Everything that we said so far just really shines light on the best time in hip hop was like them late 90s.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
That shit went left somewhere.
Early
I
2000s.
don't know who did it. I'm gonna blame Silk the Shocker. That's who I'm gonna blame. for niggas coming and rapping off beat, and not saying nothing. Yeah, I'm giving it Silk the Shocker the fucking up hip hop award.
Hey man, that cut he had with Maya was dope. You know what I'm saying?
I like that one.
Hey, so and some of the songs that he had with Mystical, I know it's kind of taboo to Mystical, but yeah, some of the songs he had with Mystical was hard. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's because Mystical was on them.
That's it. Silk the Shocker was horrible.
They both rap fast, but he just didn't have no beat. I could have said violence. He sounded like he stuttered.
So, oh my, she got it. Hey, shout out to RIP to was it C-Mac from the Dove Shack? We did a show with him out in Arizona. Remember that, Rob? So yeah, man. RIP to him. No, it's not C-Mac. C-Night. My fault.
Yeah, Mystical was dope, man.
I was listening to Mystical today.
My pops will be on
another 97, 98 type. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you.
This goes like early 90s, like 94, 95.
He was 94, but he was popping 97.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, who else? Yeah. So Xzibit, definitely, if he's out, if he's performing somewhere, I definitely got to encourage you guys to go check out Xzibit. Make sure that you guys are getting the KINGMAKER album. You know what I'm saying? It's fire. Like I said, I get 4.5 flames, 8 out of 10. If you want me to just be more technical, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely up there. It's definitely good bumps, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think you'll be disappointed in it. Selly Cell, I haven't had the pleasure of, he's cool. I did an album with him, but he's cool.
Hey, Selly Cell was fire.
And that's somebody that I would go like spend money like that. We're talking about like your last dollar. Someone gave you some money to go see somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he's cool. I check him out. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah, and I'm definitely gonna go back and listen to this album again because it brought back the vibes, man.
Yeah, Spice One was hard.
Yeah, Spice One is top tier.
Spice One already. That's my top 5.
Top tier.
Hey, to the mother. Okay, yeah.
I'm trying to tell you,
man.
I wasn't gonna cuss on the show.
I'm trying not to, you know, say like Rob's over here trying to, you know. Shout out to my pops because Mystical, Spice One, Scarface, you know what I'm saying, Redman, the Red Tape, Wu-Tang, LL. I was bumping all that. He let me curse with him in the little red Celica. You know what I'm saying?
My big cousin Brian. My big cousin Brian. Matter of fact, my cousin Tasha husband. He a music head, man. He don't play. He's actually from he used to be next door neighbors to MC8 in Compton.
Okay.
So when that Dollars and Cents song came out, that was my favorite song at the time. So he like, Denisha, you can't. And I'm just little. That's all I can tell you. He like, Denisha.
Yeah, you left out the G because the G ain't in you.
G ain't in you. Sorry.
Remember that time you was rolling through the west side and that little brown bucket pulled up on your side?
You came late. We were talking about Mac Mall and them a little earlier.
He's going like underground West Coast gangsta. Come on, man.
You know.
Come on, man.
That's gonna have to be a whole nother show. You're gonna talk about the South African.
The South African, man. Yeah, I was trying to. You know what I'm saying?
Because I'm be out.
Bourgeois. You know what I'm saying? You was already out half the show already. You know, like
I can't be a mama.
Man. You can't argue
Trump's work. I guess that Trump's work, huh?
Trump.
The dude said, "Hey, I wish you could buy me a plane, or I wish I had a plane to give you, or something like that." You know what I'm saying? Like, oh no, I think maybe we might have to just save this one. Me and Quez were looking forward to this one. Because again, it's hypocrisy at its finest. You know, you say you're saving homeless people, all your fellow Americans, but you bring in the white South Africaners, but you know, forget the black ones. You know, saying that was been dying for like years. You know, what I'm saying so because Elon says so. But that's a whole nother. Anyway,
that's his people. That's Elon people. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. The complexion for the protection. It must be nice.
Hey, they in for a rude awakening because one thing I know about white supremacy in America is they don't like other white supremacists.
From nowhere.
From nowhere. If you're not from here, they gonna turn on you.
He said to me, Bron videos keep popping up. Man, that's Melvin trying to convince people that LeBron's still great. Oh, there's another fact. LeBron does have the most final losses in NBA history. You know,
hey, man, leave that man alone.
I wasn't even gonna say nothing.
We talking about facts. There's another one for you. But you know, but anyway, back to Xzibit. We're running down to our last 7 minutes. Definitely just go bump the Kingmaker album. Go get it. Go stream it. Buy it. Make sure that you're sharing it. Share it like you share this podcast. Listen to it over and over and over again. Make sure you show love. Again, shout out to K-Day, you know what I'm saying, and CC for definitely for putting on a great event. You know what I'm saying? We definitely had a whole lot of fun. It brought me back to a certain time of point in my life when I was out there networking and staying up late for shows. I don't know if I can do it much more longer because getting back at like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning ain't the business, especially when we got to wake up at 5.
Hey, you old, man. You can't be out here on the movie.
I refute that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know you gotta go to work, bro. You can't be out here turning out till 2 in the morning and you gotta be to work at 7. Yeah, don't even. Hey,
I was over here trying to look for a Denny's. You know what I'm saying? Like I was looking for a Denny's that was open. Like you know, like back in the day after you leave the club. You know what I mean?
Denny's parking lot, but they don't do that no more.
And them chicken salads.
Yeah, the chicken tenders and spicy chicken tenders, man.
Yeah, man, the cheese fries, whatever. You know, to sober you back up before you head back home. You know what I mean? Like
easy years is take it to the house.
Yeah,
go home.
That's what I was trying to do. You know, so we went on the hunt for some In and Out.
We ain't going no parking lot.
You did not tell me your thoughts.
My thoughts about what?
About going to Denny's. You just said what you want to eat. I said In and Out.
So yeah, I didn't share that because I was over here looking for an In and Out, not In and Out, but a Denny's or some, or even
they got some over there. In Inglewood. Yeah, they got. Well, it's over by the airport more, but I ate there with
Hey, Queen, we was getting out the hood. I was naked. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to be able to eat comfortably in Inglewood. You know, you understand? You understand me?
I would have been at no.
Well, I don't never be naked, so I ain't gonna understand you.
I LA are cousins, you know what I'm saying? But still, you know, that's we the cousins that wear blue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not everywhere. Not everywhere in San Bernardino. Don't believe that.
Yeah, that too. That's true too.
Yes, sir.
I got a couple of cousins in San Bernardino that say relative, so I do know.
We are not in the
My cousin's in Compton to relative. I was like, "What's up, cousin?" Like, no, what's up, relative? I'm like,
I got some cousins in Compton that say relative. Hey, I'm gonna be quiet.
Yeah,
I legit got cousins from every hood.
I'm gonna ask. Hey, what's up, cousin? What up, cuz? You my blood cousin, right?
I done met some of my. I'm talking about every hood. It's crazy.
Yeah, you're right.
Come to Big Mama house. That's like the peace ground. Like y'all can't do nothing.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah, she got some family members.
Man. All right, y'all. This has definitely been a good one. Like Quest said, I refute that. I don't put that. I don't claim that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not old. I'm just a hardworking brother like Quez and the Queen is. You know what I'm saying? And
hey, man.
I'm younger than everybody on this podcast right now, technically.
Is that right?
That's cool.
Yes.
Wow. You younger than me too?
Oh no, I forgot. I forgot. Dang it.
You
the youngest one. You the young one. Oh damn.
Yeah, she's not gonna be.
You gotta step off real quick, Queen, so I can brag.
I still look like I'm 20, so hey.
You look like you
right.
10.
Oh, damn.
10, 12, you know what I'm saying? She's sitting on some phone books right now.
You know you do love R. Kelly, so you know what I'm saying? It makes sense now. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Since we going there. You know what I'm saying? I got your back, Jess. No trip.
Man. Well, yeah, this has been a good one. He said I'm 32 for the next 10 years.
Okay.
My Hebrew brother. But yeah, thank you guys for coming through. Make sure you guys hit the like, share, subscribe button, share this. I know we wanted to get to some more time. I wanted to hear Quez's take on the whole Joey Badass versus the West Coast. We might just, he might just have to come in the comments or do something, or do a video rebuttal or something. You know what I mean? Because Queen had it down. She held it down for
I
sure.
know. I seen her. Hey, her take was my take. Most of it.
Really?
We was listening to it all together.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? As people was dropping, I'm like, "Ooh, Joey just dropped it. Oh man, Rayvon just dropped it. Daylight dropped some bullshit, but then you know what I'm saying, came back next day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we was listening to it together. But, you know, my take was Rayvon is they not giving him enough credit. He the man to beat right now.
Yeah.
Truthfully speaking,
that's how I feel.
You know what I mean? Joey Badass is spitting for his life, but ain't nobody on the East Coast really holding him down.
Kendrick, I need you to step away from Scissor real quick and step away from Scissor in the tour. Yeah, show Joey what's up, yo. Show Joey what's up.
I think after the LA portion of his tour, he might drop something.
Yeah. Nope. Keep doing what you're doing, Kendrick, and make him hungry. Make him come out and be like a crash dummy and come and eat his ass.
All right, y'all. Well, we love you. Thank you for supporting. Make sure you guys hit the like, share, subscribe. For the rebroadcasters, we love you. Thank you. Facebook, we see you. YouTube, we see you. Make sure you share this out with your peeps. Stay in the comments. We'll be here. We'll be responding, whenever we can. Like, Quest said, we about to be night, so much love. We'll see you next week. Peace.